Are you watching the Euros at the moment? Most people are. I think most people are very interested in football and they're very excited to see who will win. What team do you support? Let me know down below. Now, I have to be honest, I am not a big football fan. I have tried to get into football. A lot of my friends are very into football. So I've tried because if I want to go to a bar, a restaurant with them and they are watching the football, I need to be able to communicate. But in all honesty, I've never got into the football atmosphere, the football energy. However, one thing I will say is I do recognize that football is an international game, just like the language of English. If you play football, you're almost guaranteed to make friends anywhere in the world. Every country has football fans. Every time I travel to a new country, the taxi driver, the hotel owner will always ask, "Oh, which football team do you support? Manchester, Chelsea?" So it's definitely something that connects people. And no matter which country you're from, no matter how much money your family or your country has, you can always join in on a game of football. So it's a very international game, and it is a game that brings people together. Today, I wanted to go through some vocabulary for you. Now, I'm not going to go through vocabulary related to the actual game itself because I would be lying if I said I knew what striker, left wing, no, that's politics, left fielder, right fielder, midfielder meant. I don't. But vocabulary related to talking about the game of football, talking about your favorite players. And I don't think I'm quite dressed appropriately for this. So bear with me 1 second. I will be right back. Ta-da! Now I feel appropriate for our conversation today, which is, of course, football-related vocabulary. Our first word is rivalry. Rivalry. It's quite difficult to say because you have the L and the R sound. Rivalry. Let me give you the example. Real Madrid versus Barcelona is one of the greatest rivalries in professional sports. So rivalry means two competing teams, and if there is a strong rivalry, this means they have been competitors against each other for a long time, and their fans are also competing against each other. Rivalry just means you're working against each other, but it's even stronger than that. There is so much support on both sides that it creates this kind of tension, this competitiveness. Formation. Formation. Now, I know what the word formation means in general. It means how something is created, how it's going to go ahead. In football, it of course means how the team is going to play, where everyone is placed. Now, I don't know the football formation, so I had to Google this, so I will put this photo on the screen, and as you can see here, there are different ways that the players can play. Now, this will probably mean more to you than it does to me, but the understanding is the formation is where the players are positioned on the pitch. So when you're talking about last night's game or tomorrow's game, you can say the formation was good or the formation was bad, depending on your opinion of it. Tactical. Tactical. Now, tactical means something is related to tactics. It's your plan on how you're going to achieve something. It's a plan, a scheme. It's how you're going to win, how you're going to move forward, how you're going to beat the other team. Here's my example for you. They pulled a tactical move and switched player 8 for player 11. Now, I don't know if you can switch player 8 for player 11, but another example is when footballers pretend to be injured. We all know it happens to waste time. This can be considered a tactical move because they are doing it to gain time, waste time, stop the other team from scoring. It's a tactic. It's a strategy to win the game. Interception. Interception. The ball was intercepted by the striker. Now, intercept means to stop something achieving its goal. So that could be anything, a project, a person, a vehicle. But in this case, we're talking about the ball reaching the goal. You are intercepting that. You are stopping it reaching the goal. So instead of saying the goal was stopped by this person, you could say the ball was intercepted by. And it means the same thing. It was stopped from reaching its target position. Clean sheet. Clean sheet. Now, this phrase, a clean sheet in the world of football, is when a team finishes a game without letting one goal into the net. So the goalkeeper is often described as having a clean sheet if they have stopped every ball. And this comes from before technology, when people would keep score by writing on pieces of paper. This team scored 1, this team scored 2. Okay, now this team scored 2. If they scored nothing, there's nothing on the paper. So it would be a clean piece of paper, a clean sheet. So when we're talking about a clean sheet, the game finished with a clean sheet, it means nobody scored or one team scored no goals, 0 goals. A goalkeeper wants to end the match with a clean sheet because it means they have stopped every single goal. Here is an example sentence using all of the words I've just given you. The coach planned a tactical formation that prioritized a strong defense, resulting in multiple interceptions and ultimately a clean sheet for the goalkeeper. You try reading that for yourself. There's some good words to practice pronunciation in there, and it gives you a good idea of what all these words mean in terms of football. Now, the next few words are less related to football, but you can use them to describe a match, a player, how a player acted throughout a match. Resilience. The first word is resilience. Although the team was losing, the team showed resilience and was able to score 2 goals in the final 90 seconds. Resilience is another word for strength. Even though something is not going the way you want it to, you keep pushing, you keep moving forwards and show your strength to finally get what you want. If you're starting your own business, if you're trying to learn English, if you're trying to get a new job, you can describe yourself as resilient because even though it's difficult, you keep moving forwards. Precision. Precision. Now, this is another word for accurate. If someone is described as having precision skills or they are very precise, it means they are accurate. The striker was known for his precision when it came to scoring goals. So in this example, what we mean is the striker scored every single time because they were very accurate. They never missed a goal. Tribulation. Tribulation. Having lost their last 5 games, they have faced many tribulations. Will this be the game that changes their bad luck? That's what the sports presenter would probably say about some of these teams. Tribulations means hard times, difficult times. And if you overcome these hard times, these difficult times, you can be talked about as someone that went through tribulations and overcame them. So when a football team doesn't play very well or it's very difficult for them to win, you could describe this as they met tribulations. They were up against a lot of tribulation. Prowess. Prowess. This means great ability or skill. So you use it in exactly the same way you would as someone has great skill, they have prowess. The goalkeeper was known for his ability and prowess. He's known for his ability, his skill, the ability to do a good job, to be a good goalkeeper. Exemplary. Exemplary. Now this comes from the word example, and it means to set a good example. So again, this can be used in any situation, the workplace, school, with your friends. If somebody sets a good example, they would be described as exemplary, or their behavior is described as exemplary. So we expect, FIFA might say to its players, we expect exemplary behavior from the team today. We have trained hard for this. So we expect you to set a good example because there are fans watching, young people watching. We want you to set a good example and show everyone what we have trained for. Is your team doing well or are they doing badly? Let me know in the comments. My brother messaged me recently saying that England had managed to get to the next stage even though they had scored 0 goals, which I thought was interesting. I don't know any other job where if you scored 0, you would be promoted, but this is football and football is a strange world. I'm sure someone will explain to me in the comments why they qualified, even though they scored 0 goals. If your team is performing well and the games are really exciting, the matches are really exciting, you can describe this as exhilarating. The match last night was exhilarating. The way they played was exhilarating. It's more than exciting. If they are playing really badly, and you don't like how they are playing or how they are performing, you can say the game last night was catastrophic. Catastrophic is worse than bad. They played so badly, it was a catastrophe. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. I hope it was helpful and you enjoyed it. It's not my area of expertise, but I tried to pick something that was relevant. And you can actually go out and use this vocabulary with your friends when you go and watch football with them. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you and your team good luck this week. I know England is playing on Sunday. If I get this video out before Sunday, I hope they do well. If I don't manage to get it out before Sunday, I'm sure you all know that they might not have done as well as expected. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your football matches. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.